It's just too easy. That's why. Turbo Beaner, dude. That is a name and a half. Yikes. I swear to God. Jesus Christ. Alright. There we go. Waltz number. New sub. I love it. Make sure to link your Discord. Yeah, Race Cat, do your thing, dude. Absolutely. I'm just laughing at the name Turbo Beaner. Okay. Good pressure. Really good. I love that. Led in, started autoing him, flayed him right away because Zilean wasn't there. I love it. Preparing to move forward for the hook. See how you're not moving forward? I don't like that. You should be right here for the hook. Or at least moving in towards it. Your goal, the goal is as soon as your position, think about it as like, it's just a timing window. As soon as you step in to hook, you should be syncing up with the minions last hitting this creep so that we get level 2. And then we queue from here immediately into these guys and try to get something going. It's momentum. It's pressure. The faster you are with spikes, advantages, the more efficient you are in executing those advantages, consistently efficient, the faster you climb. And the better you are at playing in those scenarios and understanding people's power spikes better. Good hook. Can't really follow it up, though. I like the ward we have. Wait, is that our ward? I hope. I assume that's our ward. The only thing that concerns me is the possibility of a flank from Tribrush, which could happen. Rek'Sai could feasibly go wool, or could go red, wolves, and blue and come down through Tri if he wants sometimes. So it sucks that we don't have vision of that, and it is... We do have a ward. So, I guess it's okay, though. You're fine if the gank comes, because these guys are so poked down. Feeder. You noob, you feed. So we know Rek'Sai's top side. We know where he started. We know what he's going to be doing. It's very likely that he goes Gromp, Wolves, then bottom. And we're not going to have vision. Or, I'm sorry, he could go Wolves, Gromp, then bottom sometimes. And we don't have vision. So, but he's on our side, so we're good for now. And he's winning a Scuttle. I still want vision of this because some people can definitely use the plant and jump here without using their gap close, which is important. You see what I mean? The Yi shows it. And he's probably doing that route. He goes Wolves and then Gromp and then bottom. I want to make sure that we're on top of that when it shows up some of the time. Now see that. We shouldn't have to use flash there. Right? I talked that up before it happened. Right? We know that Rek'Sai's top kills Jace. We know his path now. Beauty. One of the beauties of practicing jungle is that I get what junglers are thinking a lot right now. You saw Yi showed he started Wolves and then went towards Gromp, right? You saw that, so you know where he's gonna go because he was moving down. PlayStation player, thanks for the sub, dude. Love you. Welcome. We shouldn't have to flash there. We should have already been positioning back and warding it, so we know. Why does Ezreal do this to you, dude? Why? Why does he treat you this way? Either way, regardless of the late heal, been wanting to sub. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Regardless of the late heal, you do realize how us wasting our flash and getting poked down by that gank directly impacts the next result, right? Like, we all see it. I'm annoyed. I would be annoyed too if Ezreal doesn't heal there. I'd be like, wow, you noob, you feed. But in hindsight, now that the emotions have chilled and the result is the result, you do realize that this whole situation was completely avoidable pending an adjustment of our positioning and a simple ward in this brush when we knew that it was coming, right? I even used your vision to call it before it happened, right? So you can see that if you went back in time, you would have never flashed, you wouldn't have got poked down by the gank, Rek'Sai would have just wasted his time if he happened to jump over. And that's what allows us to die. I love this Yi squaring up to heal. Like the heal gank. I'm coming! And fucking heals it up. Rek'Sai ganks mid. When we don't have vision, should I be playing back at the cost of lane pressure? Well, in that spot, you were fine to lane pressure. You just needed to drop a ward. Probably what I would have done is once we, like I said, it's very simple. We know where Rek'Sai started based on what happened, right? This is for future reference, right? So Jace gets first blooded. All you would have to do is you just look up and you see, oh, Rek'Sai has a blue buff. That means, you know, he started blue. Okay? So now, you know, see the game, that's what I'm saying with like, I was talking shit about the jungle all last season, how busted it was. Now it's a little bit more manageable because for all intents and purposes, the ganks are pretty telegraphed, the routes are pretty telegraphed, and now junglers aren't just like power farming. Okay? So we know that Rek'Sai went blue, you know, whatever route he went towards top. Which means, no matter what happens, even not being a jungle main, you know for a fact that Gromp is up now, and Wolves are up now. Which means, Jace dies, Rek'Sai backs, moves towards Wolves, or Gromp. He's moving towards Gromp so he can path up. He's moving towards Wolves so he can path down. Yi goes up, sees Rek'Sai moving down. That normally means, hey, if he's moving down from Wolves, that means he's either stupidly inefficient and is going top, or more likely, the jungler's not an idiot and he's going to be going bottom. So, as soon as you knew that info, you go like this. You walk up, you put the ward right here, you put the ward there because you know what he's going to do. Because Yi had already taken the vision from the scuttle. So you're putting the ward here because you know that he's going to pop this and use it. Or you could, if you want, you could say, fuck it. You can walk around, smack it, take the plant, drop the ward here in this brush, and then he has to gap close to get there. And now you have everything you need to defend the gank. Now, to answer your question based on your situation where you don't have flash, if I don't know where Rek'Sai is, I'm probably playing back. If I have the deep vision, like here, Ahri's missing, so I'll probably play towards the rear a little bit and just let the game come to me, as opposed to trying to do something risky. See how you're pushing up? Don't like that. Because Ahri can show bottom sometimes. Rek'Sai can show... Here comes Ahri. See? If she paths better, or Yi doesn't... In Yi's defense, that last auto did do a lot of damage, but he's still a fucking clown. How do you feed red buff as fucking Yi, dude? Master Yi, dude. Nice hook. When red buff has more kills than your team, yeah, pretty much. So far, this game, your biggest issue was just the ward flop. You know, you played that situation pretty smooth. You hooked the Vayne, under tower. Did your best to keep Ezreal alive. He wanted to hold flash and he died because of it, but oh well. Never use your lantern like that. Thresh is all about maximizing your cooldowns. Lantern is such an important and long cooldown, you lose so much pressure to back it up. It's really easy to get baited to shield damage, but try not to. Even I get baited from time. Talking about the W on Zilean's bottom. Let's look at the fight again so we can see what you're talking about specifically. I'd like to see it too, for my knowledge too. For those who don't know, Ray Scats played a lot of Thresh in his day. He's a very high elo player, Thresh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, here it was definitely... Here, Lantern was standard. I see what you're saying. I was just making sure I wasn't missing something. Yeah, there I don't know what your Ezreal's doing. Why he's taking that trade. There's not much to say here. Ezreal shouldn't be anywhere near you, and you can't control that. The only thing that you could have done differently was path away path down and away from him so you don't get... This is like gold for Zilean. Like, if Zilean hits a double stun with his bombs, that's like... He's won, basically. He wins lane. It's kind of like an Alistar fucking double knock-up. Same concepts. You just don't group verse it, and it's fine. It'll never happen. But here, you both get hit by it, and that opens you up to the dive. So, it's very important at all costs. Keep it in mind when you see Zilean things. Do not, at all costs, do not get double bombed. Do not get double stunned. Or that can be really bad for us. And that's exactly what happens here. You get double stunned. Rek'Sai comes in. Zilean even ults the wrong person. And if he had ulted the right person, he would have ulted Rek'Sai and then got out, and then that would have been a smoother dive for sure. Good roam. God, I hate this fucking Kassadin. The way he played that was so ugly. He could have just waited for so long. This is a clown fiesta, like, through and through. You're doing your best. Jace teleports poorly. You can't do anything about that. You can't do anything to stop that shit from happening. I would be playing very far out of this fight, because you're going to die too. Right? So you already know, off of that last team fight, it was messy as fuck. Whatever happens, happens. You're the support. You're just trying to plug the leaks of your teammates, bail them out, and hit some good engages occasionally, right? That's Thresh in a nutshell. Bail out your shitty teammates. Occasionally, you're going to hit some good engages. Ultimately, it's more about having a lantern up to save your newbie teammates. All right, here, you already know that the fight had just happened a moment ago, bot lane. You haven't backed, and yet you stay near this fight. All you need to do is you are legitimately... Notice how you're hooking here. You are literally just... Your sole responsibility is to throw a lantern and leave. That's it. In this spot. Because there is no possible way that this fight's going to be positive expectation for you. Like, it's not. They just came off a spawn. You just lost the last fight. You guys are all poked down. Throw the lantern, walk away. If he takes it, great. If he doesn't, great. Whatever. But you can't die too. You need to keep yourself... You need to be in control of these fights positionally. And notice, again, I called it before it happened, right? I said, wow, you're going to die here if you stay, too. And you die there because you stay, right? Just like I called here. If he goes wolves to Gromp and ganks you and you don't have vision, you're going to have to blow flash, right? I'm not a fucking Thresh main. I don't play Thresh all the time, right? So it's not something, it doesn't mean that and you're probably a way better Thresh than I am, but we need to get better macro, like better awareness of what's happening. You need to keep your head clear. Can we not spam clowns? No clowns, please. Clowns are creepy. Who even has a clown emote? Oh. Sneaky does. The issue with this dive is the hook is great. Everything's fine there. But, like, the problem is we don't have minions on it. And you basically just get punked. You get punked by hitting that hook. I kind of feel like you commit your team to it. Ezreal isn't there. No minions on tower. As she flashes your hook. Nothing you can do about that. And then popping and flopping, dude. With the colon face. Clan tag. This was a rush one, Thresh. A rough one. Colon V face, dude. For some reason, your Kassadin keeps trying to suicide every fight. We didn't win lane convincingly hard. We didn't really win lane at all, technically. And we're just kind of at the mercy of our team. My team! What do you think about this one, Ray? You still here? I don't really see much differently that we could have done. My biggest issue was the failure to react to the gank, and then some of the mid-game teamfight stuff, like getting caught on top of the Kassadin, letting a newbie dictate our positioning. But other than that, like, pretty rough one. Wasting, like, having to burn our flash on a pretty telegraphed gank is pretty bad. It could have changed the outcomes of things a little bit. Probably not, looking at it. But you never know. Swagged on. Qmax and a W Mexico CDR build, and yeah, I just don't know what our win condition is. It's the problem with support too, is like you really don't have anybody who's carrying this game, like ever. Yee's getting bullied around. Yeah, Rob. I mean, I don't like to call it my team. The only reason I wouldn't call it my team is because of your inaction on the gank. That gave our flash away, and then inevitably we got killed because we didn't have flash to survive. That was like a big part. And we got poked down in our lane. I think that we would have had a little bit more control in lane if we didn't give that away. But you're not going to be solo carrying support, and you may have lost anyways looking at your teammates. Like I said, your teammates are crap. Their picks are crap. Jason to Darius is rough if Jace falls behind, and he did. Rek'Sai into Yi is shit for Yi. Yi is a shitty champ right now. Kassadin versus Ahri. Ahri's always going to have the edge for a long time. Ezreal Vayne, you can't really bully Vayne too hard. Zilean is going to bail Vayne out of all-ins anyways a lot of the time. So it's just a rough one. And that's pretty much it, yeah. Just turtle under tower and hope someone gets out of line. This is not the guy that's going to be killable, probably. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. a struggle. Oh, there you go. Signs of life. This is rough, man. Try to lantern for Yi, doesn't take it. Try to hook the Vayne, he's not gonna get hit by it. Your teammates are dying. Rough one. Rough one. Rough one. All I would say is now, you know, after watching this replay, your biggest error in this, I mean, it was probably at its core that type of game where you were probably going to lose no matter what happened. But see, we don't know. And we don't know because we allowed ourselves to get pushed around in lane by a gank that was like super telegraphed. You may have lost. This may have been a team game. But I don't like that we didn't react to this. But it was, dude. It was a super rough one. We didn't get to see much action because of how it played, and we didn't get to have much of a lane phase because of that gank. So please pay attention as a support. Your mechanics are fine. Like, you're hitting good hooks. You're leading with Flay. You have lane control. Like, it was 2v1 lane. You came into lane with confidence. I just need your macro game to improve a little bit so you don't get picked by these obvious, like, really telegraphed ganks, dude. Like, super obvious gank that we got hit by and had to burn our flash. Should never happen. Think about it from a jungler's perspective, right? If a jungler was watching it play and he watched Rek'Sai go to top, get the kill, and he moves in to see Rek'Sai going towards Gromp, and then Rek'Sai ganks bottom and gets the flash. This is why I'm saying it's not necessarily a team game. Is because you literally had all the information to not blow your flash in lane and to potentially win lane. But you textbook telegraph shit. So you got to clean that up. And then hopefully, if you can, like, laning is the most important part of support. Like if your laning is on point, bam, now we have total vision control. Now we're running the map over. We're moving, you know, we take bot tower, we go to mid, we impact mid, we go to top, we impact top. We have all the vision. We have, you know, we control the game now. You got to clean up the laning, right? And then what Ray said on the build now, because Redemption's broken. All right, YouTube, I hope this helps the supports out there for Season 7. I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, and all that bullshit. And I'm out. Please, cracks. Thank you so much.